Hi everyone, the speed build today is the cabin in the woods that I created for the Sims Nature collab on Instagram. This collab was put together by Lizzie CZ Sims on Instagram. I will be putting her name down in the description if you would like to see and go maybe check out her Instagram. She's very talented, very nice girl, and I highly recommend checking her out. But aside from this build, while I am still trying to get into this whole storytelling thing, I want to explain my horrible experiences with being single. So to kind of recap on my last video, and I will link it in the card above in the eye if you want to check it out so you know, I guess, more of what I'm talking about. But I'll just give a quick summary. But basically, my husband and I, my ex-husband, and I had our first kid when we were 20. We got married at age 21. Then we had our daughter at age 22. And then a couple years later, we got divorced. And then after over a year of being divorced and separated, we got back together. And then we had our third child a year after we got back together. So a friend of mine did ask in the last video what my kids' names are. So my first son, his name is Raven, kind of like the bird, but spelled completely different because we're extra and we just spelled it totally different. And then my daughter's name is Serena. And then my little boy, my youngest, is Silas. But while my husband and I are, even though we're back together and everything, I did have over a year of being single after our divorce, and I experienced a lot of really weird situations with dudes either hitting on me or just having interactions, you know, with like maybe potential people to date or whatever. So I just wanted to kind of go over like the worst experiences I had, I guess. So just in general, I wanted to explain that there is something that I realized fairly quickly in the time that I was single, is that when I was meeting new people, like, you know, sometimes it was maybe guys that I had known through mutual friends already, but never really talked too much until I was single. But for some reason, or like even with people that I met like out of no, or, you know, just from being out with friends, like for some reason, guys, when they find out that you're divorced, they either like try to rush into a relationship with you because they're looking to settle down, or they put you at a distance and or are not interested because I don't know why, but they think that just because you've been married before, that automatically means that you want to be married again, which is beyond logic for me, because I'm thinking like, if I just got out of the most serious relationship you can be in with someone, why in the heck would I want to jump straight into another serious relationship? So that was bizarre in its own. But one of the first situations that I was in was I was meeting a friend of a friend, you know, and it was somebody, like the friend that introduced me to this person. Like I trusted them, you know, and I figured they probably knew someone who might be a, you know, a good like potential whatever, like somebody to date. But one of my main things that I would do anytime I met anybody, you know, on the dating scene or whatever, was I always told them that I had kids. I mean, at the time I only had 2 kids, not 3, but still, like I always let them know that I had 2 kids, because while some people might think that that's dumb, you know, like, oh, don't tell them right away, you might scare them away. The way I see it is, if they know I have kids and they're still willing to talk to me, then I know that it could lead to something, you know what I mean? Whereas if a guy finds out I have kids and he doesn't want to talk to me at all anymore, like, okay, well, bye. You know, because my kids come first. So if you don't like the fact that I have kids, then you have no place in my life. But so this guy that I met, he's a, you know, really nice guy and everything. And I told him I had kids. And, you know, after just having like one conversation with him, he was like, oh yeah, so, you know, I would love to meet your kids sometime. And I was just like, bro, like, bro, I just met you. Why would I want you to meet my kids? You know what I mean? And I know that, yeah, maybe he was just being, you know, nice. Like, it is just, you know, letting me know that he's okay with the fact that I have kids, whatever. But like, to offer to meet them, like right away. Oh my God, that did not sit right with me at all. So I was just like, okay, no, this is not happening at all, because I mean, you can be open to a situation and just be like, yeah, I don't mind, you got kids, whatever. When you're ready, then down the line, if it's something that you want to consider, maybe I'll meet your kids. But the freaking first time we have a conversation and he's like, oh, I'd love to meet your kids, we can go out, maybe we can go take them this. Oh my God, no. So yeah, so that was probably like one of the like times I was like, okay, red flag. But also this year that the year that I was single and everything, I had 2 jobs. I've been a server at a restaurant, like at a steakhouse, ever since I had my first son. So I've been at the same restaurant for almost 14 years now. But while I was single, I had to get a full-time job to support myself and everything. So I was working at a bank. And, there was so many people that I came across working at the bank, and, so many different situations of people, not keeping track of their money, whatever the case may be. So there was just one day, because I was a merchant teller for a while, and this guy comes in and asks about his statement and everything, and I explained to him, he said that his account was negative and he wanted to know why. So I went through his statement with him and told him, that there was like a double charge for something. And so he called up this place that double charged him for something, and he's standing there in my window for like 20 minutes, like yelling, cursing, everything, right? And everyone thought he was yelling at me, but I'm just standing there, looking like a dummy, not knowing what to do. But he's standing there and he's yelling and he's saying, like, F you people, F this, whatever, like, I can't believe you took my money, this and that. And and then after the 20 minutes of yelling on the phone at these people, he hangs up, and then he like puts his arm up on the counter, like, trying to look all like smooth or something, I don't know. And he's like, so what are you doing tonight? And he's like, can I take you out for a drink or something? And I'm thinking like, bro, I can see your freaking bank account. I know you have no money. Like, what are you thinking? What money are you gonna take me out with, And oh my goodness, I swear. And I just kind of, I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm busy, and whatever. But yeah, that was really interesting. And it's funny because like some people were even coming up to me, like asking me like, hey, are you okay? And I was like, oh yeah, he wasn't yelling at me. But yeah, that was a pretty bizarre way to be hit on. And I'll never forget that. But then one of the last times that I can actually remember being hit on by someone, oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm a nice person, I mean, like, I'm always nice to people, especially if I'm just meeting them. And I always treat people with kindness, because the way I see it is, if I'm kind to them, they have to be kind to me back, I mean, like, I don't like to be rude to people, because I don't like when people are rude to me. So I'm sitting at this bar. My friend was the bartender at the time, and I didn't want to go home because I was lonely. I just wanted to be out and be with someone. And I was there talking with my friend since she was bartending. And it's like, and the bar had like nobody there. It was like me and like 5 other people. But I'm sitting there minding my own business. I didn't even really want to talk to anybody. I was just there just to be there. And this guy comes over and starts making small talk with me, and he's being nice, he's being friendly, whatever. And I was like, okay, well, there's no harm in just answering his questions or whatever. And I wasn't trying to spark up any kind of conversation with him. I mean, like, I was just like keeping my answers short and, to the point, and not trying to let on that I was interested in talking to him at all. So I'm doing that whole thing, and then he would like go, because he was there with his sister, and he would like go, and then he'd talk to his sister, and then he'd come back over to me, and then like out of nowhere, he was like, so, are glasses your thing? And I said, I'm sorry, what? And he said, so your glasses, like, are glasses your thing? And I was like, well, I need them to see. and, and he was like, well, yeah, I'm sure, but I mean, like, you know, is that like your thing? And I was just like, oh my God. And I said, I'm sorry, I don't know what you're trying to get at here. You know, like, yeah, I mean, I wear glasses, you know, I need them because I need them to see. So, and, you know, this was, I mean, I was over the whole attempting to date thing, that just being single. I hated answering questions. I hated going through just like the motions of it, you know what I mean? Like, it was so tiring. I was just over it. And so it just got to a point where I was like, you know, I'm not even gonna try. I'm not gonna try to be nice to this guy. If he wants to be this stupid, like, whatever. And I was like, I'm sorry, I just want to sit here and just drink my drink, you know, whatever. It's like, oh yeah, of course, you know, whatever. And then like he's talking to his sister again, and he comes back over again. And he's like, so, you know, I mean, I'm just gonna be very upfront with you, you know, like I want to ask for your number. And I was like, okay, but why? And he said, because I'm gonna text you, and I want to ask you if I could take you out to dinner or something. And I was like, well, don't. And he was like, what? I said, just don't. I said, I'm gonna say no. And that's so out of character for me. Like, I used to just be like, oh, okay, yeah, you know, like, just to be nice, whatever. But I was just like, no, I'm sorry, the answer is no. And he's like, really? And I said, yeah, really. And he was like, oh, okay, well, you know, I mean, if you don't mind, like, I mean, I'm not trying to intrude, but do you mind if I just, like, you know, hang out here with you for a little bit, and, you know, just at the bar? And I was like, I said, do what you want, and, you know, I'm just gonna stay here and just enjoy my drink. And then so he rode there with his sister. So at the end of the night, he was like, okay, well, you know, we're gonna like head out, but you want to like walk out there with me? And I said, where? And you know, I mean, I'm laughing now, but at the time I was just so irritated, and I was just like, ugh. But I said, you want me to walk you to your car? And he said, yeah. And I was like, no. And he was like, really? And you know, and my friend's closing up the bar, like, she's standing there and she's listening to the whole thing. And he's like, seriously, you're not gonna walk with me out to my car? And I was like, no. Why would I? Like, you know, oh my God. And he was like, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna head out. I was like, okay, yeah, you do that. But I mean, seriously, what? Oh my goodness, like, the nerve. I couldn't believe it. Like, how I feel like I couldn't say no more clearly, you know. And like, aside from throwing my drink in his face, like, I feel like he should have got the hint, you know. And so it's just like, oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I don't know how like single people do it, like, on the regular, like people who've been single for many years. I couldn't hang. So yeah, those are kind of, I mean, that's just, and really that's like the summary of it. Like, those are probably the times that stand out the most to me. But oh my goodness, it was not fun. It was not fun for me. I really got tired of fake smiling and answering questions, and just, yeah, I don't know how anybody does it. But anyways, I hope that amused you guys. But since it is October, I'm thinking for my next videos that I put out, I'm going to be doing ghost story time. So, because I have had many experiences in my life, and especially over the last so many years of me being an adult, where I actually can try to make sense of things. So yeah, I think I will be doing ghost story time on the next couple of videos. So be sure to keep your eye out for that, and be sure to give this video a like or whatever, a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel, please, if you have not already. And let me know what you think about these being single stories. But anyways, I appreciate anybody taking the time to watch this and listen to all my craziness, and have a good day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.